Islamism. Praise Allah. I'll open us up with the Moorish American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day. His holy prophet, Ameen. First, I'll rise, giving perfect and infinite praises to Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Honors to everything that ever was and ever more to be. Honors to the Prophet Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Confucius, and the fifth and last prophet, and fifth, 5 times stronger Prophet Noble Drew Ali, that Jesus returned to redeem man from a sinful and fallen state of humanity back to the highest planes of life with his Father God Allah. Honors to the forerunner, the John the Baptist return of Jesus, of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Brother Marcus Messiah Garvey Bay, the founder of the UNIA, Universal Negro Improvement Association. Saying that the Negro needed a nationality, one God, one aim, one destiny. Honors to all Moorish Americans, all honors to all brothers and sisters here, there, and everywhere within the sound of my voice. Today's show is called The Life You Choose. The life you choose is one of those situations where you have father and mother, both father and mother or father or auntie, uncles, you know what I'm saying, cousins, etc., grandma and grandpops. Wherever area that you're born into or family that you're born into, whether it be high class, middle class, and low class, it doesn't mean that you have to be a product of your environment, because you're the one who makes the choice at the end of the day. Thinking of what your purpose in life is either to uplift people or tear people down or cause destruction. We have to take into consideration that everybody's mindset is not the same as yours. But at the end of the day, you have the choice to decide whether you're going to cause altercation and cause harm mentally, physically, or bodily harm to someone based upon ego. Your ego is what's going to get you in trouble. Your ego is your lower self that breeds hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, and everything that harms. As a man or a young man, no one wants to honor you. You have temper tantrums. Go figure. Right? No one wants to honor you on sight. Oh, you gonna kill somebody. That's what you want to do. You want to unalive somebody. You want to go shoot somebody because they misrepresented your reputation and they made you feel a certain way. Well, there's a fine line between right and wrong. Just like the Bible teaches us, you can't serve two masters. You don't love one or hate the other. That's in the book of Galatians, family. Thinking beyond ego, thinking upon reality, what is real and what is fake. Shout out to Yastin Garcia, Islam, heaven high to you. When you look at life and you look at the behavior of people, you have to look at the state of mind of the people. And the fruit don't fall too far from the tree. If the mother and daughter is like that, that means they're not too far from each other as far as behavior and ideas and being just and all that stuff. Now, at the end of the day, the child chooses to be good or evil. Maybe being good is not good enough for them. Who knows? But you got to take things into consideration for what it truly is and not what it seems to be. When you're looking at corporate and the higher entities and how they got all that money, they be able to do all that stuff. Islam, I see we got Nikki Nelson, 2266. Islam, heaven high. Welcome to the Moore's Life show. You know, we have to really take our children and sit down and tell them about life and people. There's good people, there's bad people. Some people want to use you. Some people want to be used by you. Some people want to be abused by you, and some people want to be abused. This is a state of mind of slave mind mentality that the higher anarchy of the British Parliament, of the Rothschild, Rockefeller, 13 family bankers are the ones who are orchestrating everything that we hear, see, touch, and feel. We have to figure out what's the difference between what is just and what is not. You see, if anybody ever come to California and you look at the conditions of Los Angeles, you see that when you go past a certain street in Los Angeles, the territory appears to look differently than others. So when we see that there's no graffiti or no one acting a fool in Los Angeles, but there are other parts of Los Angeles that are good, allegedly, but they're not seeing too much rift and issues going on, but there's rift and issues going on in that area. And in this type of area is called corporate entity, which is Jewish, which is nothing to do with the so-called Negro, blacks, and coloreds. When we look at these conditions thereof and the state of mind of the people and see how the environment matches up with the people, then we can be able to see how we could be able to conduct ourselves if we were raised with good morals and all that stuff. Just because you go to church doesn't mean you're saved. Just because you practice Islam doesn't mean you're closer to Allah. Just because you go to the synagogue of Satan doesn't mean that you care for the best interest of people. It's all based upon perception on how you were raised. Now, as you get older, you tend to see there's a discrepancy here, there's a discrepancy there. So instead of pointing the finger at people, you need to point the finger at yourself and look at yourself and how you can change your way of thinking based on the observation of what love and hate you get from other people. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, we see Aurora, Rizzo, Pan, Islam, heaven high. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to Moore's Life show. We gotta change our thinking. We can't allow media to put us under this European hypnosis of what's going on in the news and this and that. We don't know the full story. We're just getting secondhand information, and sometimes we just want to live a lifestyle based upon what we see, and we want to mimic what we see on TV, so that way we can get all that attention and fame and fortune and all that good stuff. We gotta really sit down and think, where do we stand in life and what is our purpose? What is our major purpose? What was the whole purpose of Prophet Noble Drew Ali? What was the whole purpose of Marcus Garvey Bay? What was the whole purpose of Booker T. Washington? What was the whole purpose of W.B. Du Bois, what was the whole purpose of all of them, and what purpose did they serve for the people? That's the question you need to really truly ask yourself. And this is where you need to do your homework and research. That's what needs to be done, without doubt or contradiction. When you look at life and you understand the human state of mind, and you study psychology of the mind based upon the mindset of where or how and when the person was raised. Because I met someone who has the same exact birthday as me, and they're totally the opposite, promiscuous, right? And I see this brother from time to time, whenever I go to his hood or whatever, where I'm going to go see my peoples, and I'm just going based off of observation, not just to slander the brother. I'm not going to say his name, but I'm going to call the facts what it is. What you choose in life of what you want to do, that's what you become. Whoever you show me who your friends are, I'll show you who you are. Let's keep it real. Let's be real honest. Because if your friends are into some type of mischief or whatever the case may be, you are just pretty much just lost in the sauce. You're lost because you don't have no guidance. No one was able to sit you down. If mom and pop or whoever set you down and try to tell you the right thing, and you decide to go the opposite way of right, which is wrong, then that's on you. You can't sit back and blame everybody for your problems. Some of your problems are a reflection of your action with your reaction. Sometimes in life, people have bullies because of the simple fact that they don't even have a time of day to reflect on themselves, but they want to bother somebody who feel like they're not going to defend themselves. And this is all a reflection of your thinking. Whoever came up with that ideology that you need to die and go to heaven, or die and go to hell, no. It's all what you do right now. It's all about how you treat people, how you talk to people, how you welcome people, how you embrace people with love instead of hate. Your brothers and sisters, they don't have to be from the same blood relatives. We're all family, except the Europeans. But we all are just trying to do the best we can with the circumstances and situations we have, and we're doing the best we can as individuals to assist each other. But when you want to give somebody the benefit of the doubt, give somebody a chance to do better for themselves, and they screw up, and our society and the state of mind of the people is to get rich or die trying, then you're going to have to be the one to decide which route you're going to go. Everything is a thought pattern, everything is a thought process, everything is based upon positive and negative energy. If you see there's a group of people who don't acknowledge you, leave them alone, let it be. Nothing else. The problems that we go through as a young child, we don't put this upon ourselves. It's either given to us, or we have childhood bullies that are over 20-some years old, and they just want to just beat us up for no reason. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide which way you're going to go in life. Are you going to treat people right, or are you going to treat people wrong? That's the question. There's no point of trying to change people and change people's ideas if you can't change yourself. There's no point of trying to save everybody if you can't save yourself. And going to the church is not going to save you from the calamities of Satan, the devil, because the Bible teaches us that the world is in the hands of the wicked. Do you know that to be have a multi-million-dollar church and have everybody come, and you know what I mean? And then next thing you know, they're getting all this, the preacher man's getting all this money, he's living a good, lavish lifestyle. And he's talking about Jesus loves you and all this other stuff. No. These things are just not accurate, loved ones. These are things that we have to really take into consideration and really think about what's going to work for us, and not what's going to work for make the preacher man happy, your mother or father happy. Do what makes you happy, and I'm talking about anything that has anything to do with righteousness, that's uplifting people, not desecrating people. I mean, I've came and talked to many different people from different walks of life, and I understand certain things, but I'm not going to condone a person's way of thinking, as long as they don't bring it to my family. People who are have problems and mental health issues, it all stems from their childhood. If you don't teach your children how to their room and use a vacuuming and show some type of responsibility, then you're just going to be playing games. You're going to be playing games with people's minds and playing games with people's hearts, and yet still, at the end of the day, you're gonna lose out big time. And what you're gonna miss out on is something that's gonna be good for you. That's a blessing. So all the people you build bridges with and you burn and tear down bridges with, you did yourself a disservice to the people who are not good for the other person. There are people being put in our lives either permanently or temporarily. And these are things that we have to think about on a daily basis, family. We got to, because if you don't sit here and think what's the right thing to do and to uplift people, then where do you get off trying to hurt somebody else because they don't agree with your ideas? Because you have compulsive behavior? Maybe because you're a narcissist. Or maybe because you're a racist and you're getting paid multi-million dollars to be racist, and you're wasting your life away just to harm other people and just to get over on people. Now you tell me where in life gangbanging and there's these fraternities or gangbanging in corporate with the Masonic Order and the Jewish community and the Eastern Star, so to speak, but yet still you committing adultery because you have a high corporate job and you don't care about the people who are struggling. If you sit here and try to tell me that rich people in Hollywood care about you and your best interest, now I'm going to tell you you're lying. Because the one who controls the industry is the one who controls the narrative of the music. And I'm just being honest with you. And if you don't understand these things, loved ones, you are going to be infatuated by what you see. Do you know that children are molested? Every child who watches cartoons gets molested. They have these pixels in the background that train your child to act a certain way or to be a certain way. Putting your child in front of a device is the worst thing a mother or father could do. They're using electronics to babysit your children and watching them gay Teletubbies. If you're not with the program of trying to uplift your people, then what is the whole purpose of you living if you don't want to assist others? If you don't care for people, then you're just wasting your life away. You're just wasting your time. There's going to be a time in life where it's just going to be too late, loved one. It really is, truly, honestly. If you don't want to learn how to be a better person, and you don't want to look at yourself in the mirror and see where you're the problem, then you're going to be lost. That's just it. And your lifespan is going to be cut short. It's all about what you choose in life. What you choose in life determines your future, if your lifespan is going to be cut short or not. This includes thought, word, deed, action, dieting, everything. The dietary laws. I'm tired. I'm gonna tell you who I'm tired of. I'm tired of the indoctrination that the nurses and doctors have to tell the people that it's okay to eat pork, and well, if you raise your pig on a specific diet, they're gonna be clean. No, it's not. All you're gonna do is do more bodily harm to you, to the point where you have Alzheimer's disease, and you're gonna give yourself a heart attack because the salt content is too high. You're gonna be having high blood pressure and all this sort of stuff. So, what are you doing to benefit yourself if you're not taking care of your health? Your health is your wealth. Health is everything. When you start doing some thinking for yourself and start understanding circumstances and situations in life, and you're able to look at the difference between right and wrong, then this is the part where you change. This is the part where you do better, loved one. Sometimes in life we don't have a choice. Okay, yeah, true indeed. But at the end of the day, you have to make the choice. You got to. What else are you going to do? You're going to have someone make it for you? And my thing is this. Through the years of experience, you can tell when someone's genuine. You can tell when someone's not. You can tell when someone has an ulterior motive. You can tell when someone doesn't serve the best interest for the people. And all you got to do is just think. That's all you got to do is think. Instead of young people, 10, 12 years old, 13, 15, whatever, want to talk about boyfriend and girlfriend, my question is this. How are you going to be able to balance out school when it's already heavy weighing in on you? That's number one. Your responsibility is school. And to get good grades and so on and so on, to get indoctrinated with all this folly and falsehood. Your major focus should be being in school and getting out. Don't worry about a relationship, because that young boys and young girls are gonna always be there. Young men, young women always gonna be there. But now in our society, you have to really take into consideration that a relationship, a boyfriend and girlfriend, is not what it's cracked up to be. You know how many people lose their lives behind relationships and not being loved and so on and looking for someone else to love you, and you think you got it all because you got that beautiful woman or whatever, or that nice, good-looking young man for the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? you're wasting your time. There's no that your boyfriend girlfriend can't go to class with you and take your finals and your midterms and stuff. Your boyfriend and girlfriend can't tell you to pull the cord because you're on life support, because you end up in a hospital. This way of life of boyfriend and girlfriend, it seems like it's never going to end. Because when people understand the reality of how you are more worried about, concerned about someone else, his well-being, and you lose yourself in someone else, that's where control comes in. Who is governing your heart and mind? That's the question. Who's doing it? When are you going to take the time out to look at yourself and better yourself first? When are you going to take the time out to be the better version of you? When are you going to take the time out, young ladies, to learn how to cook, clean, and sew? Young men, when are you going to take the time out to learn how to work on cars and fix things and do the right thing and do what you're supposed to do to be responsible, and then learn how to do construction work, electrician, plumbing? Those things are very important. Those things you don't need a handyman for, because you can do it yourself. I'm not saying this to throw shade on anybody. What I'm saying is because we all have to figure out what we're going to do to make money for ourselves. My neighbor, he has a wife and children. He decided to go into business for himself. And you know what I'm saying? His wife is a stay-at-home, which is his secretary, personal secretary. And he goes out in the field and work. And she goes out and she does get the calls for work for her husband. And they're living a good lifestyle. They ain't got to worry about paying taxes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They have their own business. They're making it work for them. You know what I mean? So there's things that young people could be doing instead of worried about sex and worried about how many women, young girls they can have sex with, and being promiscuous and eating the wrong food, definitely, and not doing the right thing. Not doing the right thing for yourself. Not learning to be the best person you can be. Not honoring your mother and father is a dishonor to a young lady who loves her father and mother, because all that child is going to do is just be more of a problem child, a problem boyfriend or girlfriend or a problem husband, because they have no self-control. Just because the family's broken doesn't mean that the young man doesn't have what it takes to get a wife and settle down and cling to his wife and be the best husband he can be, even though he comes from a broken home. I've seen this with my uncles. You know what I mean? So when we start understanding where we stand in life and what we can do to make a change, to do better, we gotta put those childish things aside and embrace those childish things. But as an adult, you put away childish things. You do adult responsibilities. Figure out how you can learn this, learn that. I'd rather personally be a jack of all trades instead of having a college degree. A college degree ain't gonna do nothing for me. A business finance degree ain't gonna do nothing for me. But if I have the handyman skills, I can make a lot more money than these people who have master's degrees and PhDs. It's the facts. Because the marketing of life, everyone needs a plumber. Everyone needs an electrician. Do they not? Right? Everyone needs it. So, since this is a high demand in life, such as nursing, medical assistant, dental assistant, and all these so-called health cares, then I strongly suggest you change your major real quick, young people, because it's okay to have these degrees, but at the end of the day, what's it going to do for you? What have you learned about plants, and what plants to eat, what not plants to eat if you're in survival mode? What is your bachelor's degree going to do for you in that situation in finance? The dollar's already about to crash. You're wasting your time. Computer science is not where it's at anymore because the grid's about to get shut down. And there's no, right? All I'm saying is that there's things that you can learn how to do while you're still living, while you're still breathing, while you're still eating healthy and being busy and so on and so on. We have to really be mindful of the situation at hand. We have to be mindful of what's going on and how things are being taken and how things are being done subliminally. Do you realize by the penny being no longer in circulation, that represents something? I'm gonna give y'all a little something I just came and thought of. The penny's not gonna be in recirculation. So what color is the penny? Copper. Okay. Now watch this. If there's supposed to be demasculation in a home of the so-called Negro blacks and colors, aren't they copper skinned too as well? So it's to separate the man from the woman. So that way the woman can be alone and have many children and put them on welfare. So when you see these things happen, you're seeing things happen as it is, not what it seems to be. And basically when we see the copper skin people being destroyed, not only for a lack of knowledge but also passing away, it's telling you that the powers that be are here to destroy the so-called Negro blacks and colors community. And that's what's really going on. When we look at everything that's being publicized on the media or social media, do you realize that there's more self-hatred than anything that's been going on in our society? That the young women want to be half naked, walk around with fake hair, trying to get blonde hair, trying to look like Edomite, European. They want somebody to take care of them. But what do you have to bring to the table? That's the question. What do you have to bring to the table? What do you have to offer? You can't cook, you can't clean, you can't sew, and all you want to do is just, pop out children that you can't even take care of, and you don't even know how to be a mother, You don't have a desire to change your ways, to be evil, to be good. You have good intentions, but you're not activating those good intentions because your state of mind is out of whack. I mean, come on now, let's call it what it is. I need you guys to really sit down and think about what I'm saying to you all. If you want to live your lifestyle gangbanging and killing each other off, and you're not seeing where you messed up, but there's the emptiness in your heart and mind where you choose not to do the right thing, but yet you would still want to be a menace to society, then whoever raised you, whether they did the best they could or they did not at all, that's their issue, because they're the one going to have to bury you. Tell me, when did you start gangbanging and your gangbanging powers start breaking your homies out of jail or prison? Tell me, when did your gangbanging start resurrecting the dead? Tell me when your gangbanging started getting your mama and your papa out the hood, or whoever's raising you, to live a better lifestyle. Tell me since when the gangbanging exempts you from going to jail or prison, and you already been locked up already, and you already being a menace to society, you already being a product of your environment. These are the things that's important. These are the things that needs to be taken into consideration. Tell me, when did redlining do to benefit the so-called Negro, blacks, and coloreds, but subject them to one area so we can go ahead and kill each other off? Who's in control over that? The so-called Negro, blacks, and coloreds? No. Minimum wage? Yes. Who controls the economic system? The so-called Negro, blacks, and coloreds? No. Caucasian, the European. That's what controls it. And guess who also is getting these other people involved in this situation? Their own people. Their own people suffering just like we are, but we're taking it 10 times worse because of the color of our skin. Whether we want to accept the truth for what it is, and we don't control the politics, we don't control none of that. So if we don't control the politics or none of that stuff, then what are you doing to make your life better? That's the question. What issues do you have that you need to correct? How come you brothers and sisters out here want to come out of the house looking any kind of way, but you demand respect, but you don't even respect yourself, young brothers, now pulling your pants up? When are you gonna respect yourself, young sisters, and take the flashy eyelashes out your eyes and dressing like a prostitute, but you don't even respect yourself? Tell me, when did you start thinking and start doing better for yourself and say, I'm not going to do this no more. I'm not going to use these words no more, because these words slander and defamation of character. Instead of me hanging around people, I'm going to be hanging out in the library, be reading law books. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be learning about plants and fruits and vegetables. I want to learn how to heal myself. I want to be with someone who's on the same page as me. That's what the young brothers should be saying. That's what the young sisters should be saying. I want someone who is the handyman around the house. That's what the sisters should be saying. I want to be able to enjoy my life with my husband and go through the ups and downs. I want to be able to enjoy what the sisters should be saying. The brothers should be saying, I want to enjoy my wife and be able to have her as my best friend. That's what I want. That's what I desire. I want to be able to say the words to my wife that comes from the heart, that is not meant for anybody else's ears to hear. I want to be that man. And since I want to be that man, I can be that man. I have that choice to be that man. And since I have that choice to be that man, I'm going to be that man. I'm not going to throw temper tantrums like I have in my terrible tools and get jealous and all this other stuff. No, that's for the children, for all of that. I'm not going to do it. For what? So that way I can bring more harm and more attention to myself, to disrespect myself, because people don't see it like how I see it, and I'm going to do bodily harm to people because I'm incompetent. I don't see it. I don't see the light, but all my mind is full of darkness and I can't see nothing else. I want to have my pants hanging out because I think it's cool, and I think women, these girls out here, I want me a flashy, jazzy chick or whatever. I want me a bitch. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She gotta know how. She gotta be like hood girl or something, but she can't even clean herself. She can't even clean out her mind. She can't even filter out her dictions, her vocabulary, because every time a brother or sister got something to say, everything comes about as nigga, bitch, hoe, trick, this nigga, this nigga, this wench, this. Yeah, all of that. And I'm saying this because it's the truth. Whether you like it or not, I don't care. Flag me. I don't care. I'm here to expose the demon. I'm here to expose the devil. Because guess what? The devil's already lived. Because that's what the word devil is backwards. Lived. Straight up. Without doubt or contradiction. So when we start sitting down and start understanding what the words that we are using, we using words that cast spells based upon our ideas. Man's ideas is God, but what's his God today is not his God tomorrow. We have to take into consideration that we've already lost the war with our ancestors. And now it's time to pick up that Moorish flag and honor our culture. Honor our nationality. Put away those lower self vibration thinking. And keep working those kinks out until you have a fresh, clean slate. Keep working things out to better your condition, family. Keep working out those issues within yourself to make you a better person. Don't play the blame game. Blame yourself for trying to choose that mate. I blame myself for choosing my child's mother. I chose her, she chose me too, but it was a bad idea. The writing was already on the wall, but I choose not to see it because I was blinded based upon the carnal body's passions and desires. Thinking I could assist, thinking I could do this, thinking I could do that. Thinking I could change her, and I can't even change myself. I was just better off by myself and being with someone who's going to school and doing something positive with themselves. That's what it's truly about. Nothing else. Now the question is, what are you doing to change your state of mind? If you got a potty mouth, then you are the victim of your own problem. You don't want to change. You don't want to filter your thoughts. You want to continue to be the problem of the menace of society. I'm going to call it what it is. Don't hate me for it. And if you do, I don't care. I'm loving it. Because guess what? When you tell the truth on the devil, all you're going to do is just bring more problems to you. And the devil ain't going to like it. When you have a father who don't want to be a father, and all he wants to do is just be promiscuous, then there's a problem. There's truly a problem. How you going to sit here and try to say you're a father, but you don't even take care of your children? You don't even want to uphold the responsibility. Sometimes mothers or mammies use dollars and money as far as child support is concerned to swindle the man to give her whatever she wants, but she already got a man, so that means that she's using two men to get what she wants. Now you see how Jezebelish that is? You see how wicked that is? Hey, it is what it is. At least I don't have to pay child support. Praise Allah. But moving on from those things that are hatred, slander, lewdness, murder, theft, and everything that harms, goes back to your thinking, because the flesh and bones have no thoughts of reasoning. And I'm here to counteract that claim against the scripture where it says the flesh sin. The flesh don't sin, family. The flesh only sins if it's being activated by the thoughts, the mind. The flesh don't just go ahead and just do without premeditation of thought. No, that's a lie. Who told you that lie in the church? Who told you those fictitious things? Who told you that the Most High made flesh to be sinful? The only time flesh is sinful if you thinking the wrong thoughts and you activating your body to lust. That's it right there. Nothing else. You ain't got a lie to kick it. I definitely ain't gonna lie to kick it. I'm gonna call it what it is. I'm gonna tell the truth like it is. So, all in all, it's all about thinking. What's the right thing to do? Is your boyfriend, ladies, let me ask you this question. For all those out there who got boyfriends. Is your boyfriend your husband? No. Okay. Young men out there. You got a girlfriend, right? Yeah. Alright, well, is your girlfriend your wife? No. Alright, well, enough said. So why continue to play in the sandbox? When? Why? Why don't you put away those childish things, family? That's what I gotta say. But what you choose in life is based upon how your life is going to end up based upon your choices. If you're working and going to school and you're getting a college degree or whatever, 9 times out of 10 you're going to make it. Or should I say 5 times out of 10 you're going to make it, depending on the career you choose. There's no guarantee you're going to get a job because you got a college degree and you're being backed up by a sorority or fraternity. Come on now. Seriously, think about it. You really need to start putting these ideas to use, family. You need to really start thinking about your future. You really need to start thinking about what you're going to do as far as having a plan and what you're going to do as far as your future. That's what I'm thinking. That's what my thoughts are. See, the thing is right now, all I'm trying to do is open your eyes to see certain things in life. I see a lot of people driving a lot of fancy cars, and they're being approved and they're setting themselves up for failure. They can't file Chapter 11. They can't file bankruptcy because they mess up their credit. Well, I'll say this to you all. Do as you must. Do as you must. That's all I can say. Because the more energy you put into things that is not going to serve your purpose as far as living above your means, it's going to be the one that's going to be a test to you, detrimental to you. So you get a fancy car just to show off, so you got something, and show you got money. All you doing is flossing, and all you're gonna do is keep flossing your teeth until you start losing your teeth. And flossing is what gets your teeth knocked out. Showing off, being flashy. That's it. That's the situation. Now, when are you going to start thinking everything through and thinking about what's for the best interest of you and doing something for yourself for a change to better your condition? Right? When? And this is just a question. I'm not here to give you problems. I'm here to bring a solution to the problem. Another thing is, you rent out a house, you can afford it or whatever, you can afford the rent, you can pay utility bills. Why not have an extra money on the side to be able to pay your bills, your utility bills, pay them in, credit the account, and after you get to credit the account, then you can be able to credit your rent. And then you keep crediting it until you're good. So first off, pay 2 months rent in advance. When you get to close to the middle of the month, then you add additional month to the rent and pay in on it until you get 4 months, additional months paid in rent. And once you do that, you'll be alright, you're good. And all you gotta do is just kick it. Hang out, relax. Work. You don't have to work that much. You can just go out and buy and do as you please, do as you want. And you don't have a care in the world to worry about. You scratched all things on the to-do list and everything. And all you're doing is bettering yourself. That's all you're doing is bettering yourself. And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And that's what I have to say to you all. Because I love y'all. I love my family. I love my peoples. But that's the most important thing in life, family. Is doing what's right. Forget what your friends say. Your friends can't give you no advice on life. What do they know? They barely make it themselves. They can't be articulate and say, oh, well, you should do this. I'm giving you advice. No, don't do that. My family, that's a no-go. No-go, no-flow. And when you're in a toxic relationship or a toxic friendship, this is where you're going to determine on whether this person is right for you or not. That's it. Gotta love it. Gotta love this truth, family. Gotta love this truth. Because there's nothing else to do. Nothing else. Don't be angry at someone else because they have something that you don't have. No. Be happy and rejoice for someone who is making an effort and doing for themselves. And your time will shine too. And this will eliminate jealousy. This was what keep friendship going on for a long time. For real, for real. I'm just being honest. So we gotta really think about what our life is supposed to be, and not leech off of other people based upon what they have, and being a scavenger, always porking with somebody, not beefing, porking. The only reason why I say stop porking because porking is a scavenger. That's what it is. That's what it truly is. But always remember, when you upbraid someone in life and you show love to the people, then you're showing love to yourself. That's it. Nothing else. And I'm just being honest because these things in life we have to really accept. We have to accept ourselves, and we must love ourselves first before we go out and try to find love and try to find someone to complete us or whatever. You can't find someone to complete you if you do not have your mindset right and you don't know yourself. Know thyself. myself is very important. Definitely. And I'm just here to tell the truth. Brother Morris life is about that life, family. And I'm here to tell y'all that there's things that's going on right now that you guys are not ready for. You got all this money stacked up in the bank. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing to better yourself. All you doing is just a waste of life. But you still have the choice to change. That's it. You just have the choice to change. I mean, me personally being a father and all, you know what I'm saying, it carries a lot of responsibility. And if you wrong your child, you own up to what you did is wrong. Don't think because you're an adult and your child have to answer to you, which they do. You gotta admit where you wrong at in order to make peace. And get that ego out your mind. I'm just being honest with you. But when you start understanding where you stand amongst your community in life and wanting to do better, that's where the change happens. I met people who are gang members and they don't gang bang no more. And guess what? They turn their life over. And they're doing something better for themselves. Do you see that, family? I see it. But at the end of the day, it's all about you. Doing what's right. And when you do what's right, good things will happen to you. But don't think because you're doing good things doesn't mean that there's gonna be some tests that come along with it to test your faith and see how strong you are. So, just live your life to be peaceful. Enjoy yourself. Dance, laugh, bust jokes. And just do the best you can do and live and just live your life to the fullest. Because guess what? At the end of the day, you choose in life how your lifespan's gonna be. You choose it. God doesn't, and the so-called God in the sky is not gonna choose it for you. That's what you believe. But at the end of the day, you gotta make it. You gotta make it work for yourself. We all make mistakes, family. But it's up to you to correct it. And that's all you gotta do, family. That's all you gotta do. So we all have a responsibility within ourselves. We all have a choice to make to whether we're going to do right or we're going to do wrong. Own up to your responsibility. As I said in my quote of the day, which I'm not going to be doing for quite some time. Don't boy down, man up. Don't girl down, woman up. Why don't you go eat that Mario mushroom and grow up and get a life, brothers and sisters. And today, I have some things to do. I've been live with y'all for an hour. And right now I gotta go ahead and get my lunch because I gotta go to work. Because I gotta be all about the work, not about the twerk. Exactly. So, I just want y'all to know today, to all my subscribers out there, love you all. All the people who send me 5 likes, praise Allah. Praise Allah for the 5 likes. I only expect 1, but y'all like it, love it. Islam. Praise Allah for it. So all I'm about to do right now is I'm about to cut out here. So I'm about to close this out with the Moorish American prayer. And shout out to all the people in the chat. All the people who are listening. Shout out to all of y'all who are listening, even though your name is not in the chat. Shout out to you. Because you matter. Black lives don't matter. You matter. Your nationality, divine creed matters. So I'm going to close out with the Moorish American prayer. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day. Through His holy prophet, Drew Ali. Ameen. Islam.